Hey there, Rob Rayner here, just checking in. Some thoughts about the market. Pretty historic day today. Bank of Canada has now set their key lending rate to 0.25. It really practically cannot go any lower from the investigation that I've done. It can be zero, but zero has some different economic impacts on money markets, which I don't think we're going to go to. So, effectively, we've got the lowest bank rate possible. That's brought rates down again. If you've got a prime or a prime minus mortgage right now, you're loving life. And it's easy to get money, more so than it was maybe a year ago. And the banks are still tight, but not as tight. So there's money accessible. It's cheap, which should mean an increase in buying activity, especially again for the first-time buyers, which is driving the market right now. First-time buyers driving the market. So that is terrific. But does that necessarily mean a bump in the market itself? Probably not, because I believe that these low rates are just what's needed to sustain level, to keep the real estate market from really going into a slide and coming to a stop. So I think these low rates are good, and they're needed to sustain the production that we've got right now. But what we want to watch for, and I don't know when or how or what is going to be the repercussions of this, but there's going to be a snapback. With historically low rates, there's going to have to at some point be a snapback, because if you look at where the real estate market goes, when it goes to the bottom like it did in the 80s after the National Energy Program, it snapped back and went up to historic highs like we saw a couple of years back, that sort of '06 through '08 market. So there's always a low and there's always a high. When you pull an elastic band as far back as it can go and you let it go, it snaps the other way. That's basically the law of nature at work. It works in everything that you see in the world. It also works in the markets. An extreme high is usually followed by an extreme low at some point. So, with historically low interest rates, are we going to someday see historically high interest rates? I don't know. I don't know where that snapback is or when it occurs, but it's interesting to watch for, and it's interesting to see what some of the experts will say about that. If you have any thoughts on that, I'd love to hear it. Info@robrayner.com. That's REYNAR, info@robrayner.com. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.